red flag if you don't know anyone else at Atlantic, or you've never worked with anyone that's adjacent to Atlantic, and then all of a sudden they're reaching out to you via email. And I've had multiple people do that over the years, like email me or reach out to me in different manners and just basically say, hey, yeah, I'm such and such, and I'm working with this artist and I can get your tracks to them. Handing somebody your phone, like, oh, put your number in. Like, do not put your number in. Like, please, I'm not handing you my phone, because they'll grab your phone and then go right over to that, bank app or that Cash App and be like, oh, okay, cool, Cash App myself. I had a dude say he was Snoop Dogg's manager, and he's talking all this stuff. He's like, yeah, your beats, blah, blah, blah. I want to get some more beats from you and this and that or whatever. And I'm like, okay, interesting. Do not allow your anxiousness to get an opportunity to make you forget to take real precautions and like really double check things. It's very rare today that you will be contacted by like an A&R via email these days. So Yak Diesel said, I was just emailed by someone who says they're an A&R from Atlantic. They sent me to Atlantic's webpage with distribution promotional agreement contract look over. First time this ever has happened. Listen, please, number one, please be very careful about clicking links from people saying that they are A&Rs or record label execs. Please be careful with clicking links that are sent to you via email in general, because people love to prey on those that they believe are vulnerable or susceptible to scams and other types of manipulation. And I think the whole music game has always had unsavory characters, very unsavory characters out there. I can tell you multiple times where I had folks hit me up and say, yo, I had a dude say he was Snoop Dogg's manager. Snoop Dogg was managed by this dude named, I want to say it's Ted Chung. Let me see, what was the name? Ted Chung. By that time, I kind of had enough of a network where I could contact people and say, hey, this dude says that he's Snoop Dogg's manager. This is the number he wants to talk to me on. So I asked, I said, hey, is this the number you have for Snoop Dogg's manager? And my dude was like, yeah, I mean, that's Snoop Dogg's manager's name, but that's not the number I have for him. So I said, uh-oh. Probably scam likely. And that's how it goes. A lot of times folks be like, yeah, let me get you connected with Snoop, and let me send some stuff. Let me send him some stuff or play him some stuff in my next session with him. And I've had multiple people do that over the years, like email me or reach out to me in different manners and just basically say, hey, yeah, I'm such and such, and I'm working with this artist and I can get your tracks to them. Here he is. This is 2014. He says, hi, is this producer Ultra S or management? If so, I'm Ted Chung of Stampede Management, which managed Snoop Dogg, Far East Movement, YG, and super producer DJ Quick. I'm contacting you about hearing music I heard in Texas, which was brought to my attention from another person and his people not too long ago during South by Southwest weekend. And it's been a little minute, and this is a big run-on sentence, so it's kind of difficult to read. It's been a little minute of trying to catch up how to contact you. Snoop is currently done with his Snoop Lion project, and the project with Dame Funk But now we getting to work on his new hip hop LP for 2014. And we interested in hearing a nice catalog from you. Looking for more records at this moment. It would be appreciated if you can email me back ASAP. Thanks. So he's kind of put together this fake email address, but he signs it with like the actual management Twitter and the management website. So he signed it with the right information, but the email address is like a fabricated email address. So, but yeah, I hit up my dude, and he's like, "No," because I was like, "Cool, like let's get on a call." And I got on the call with the guy, and he's talking all this stuff. He's like, "Yeah, your beats, blah blah blah. I want to get some more beats from you, and this and that or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, interesting. Okay, cool." Well, I got off the phone, called my dude that works with Snoop, and he was like, no, no, that's not the number I have for Ted." And I said, "Okay, we got one of them scammers, another scammer." And I've had several scammers that have tried to get music from me over the years. So be very careful. Be very careful. Um, I think I think if we're being honest, it's very rare today that you will be contacted by like an A&R via email these days. Because so many people make music now, it is just yeah, it's very unlikely that you will get connected via from someone via email. I think that a lot of times now you're gonna you're gonna have to be out there for real and like actually connect with people in real life because it's a lot of scams out there. A lot of scams out there. Yeah, my trust factor is very low unless I am getting directly connected from someone that I know works with those people. Like a good example is like my dude, uh, Day One, for example. My dude Day One works with Snoop Dogg. He's done quite a bit of music for Snoop Dogg, actually. Um, if he said, "Hey, I'm gonna get you connected with, Snoop and his folks," I would trust Day One. Day One actually works with Snoop, and I know he works with Snoop. He's produced records. He's with Snoop all the time now. If DJ Battlecat said, "Yo, F Major, I need you to send some stuff over. We're working on a Snoop album, and I want you to be a part of this," right? Battlecat said that. I know Battlecat. I've worked with Battlecat. Me and Battlecat have a really good relationship. I would trust him if he said that. Other people, not so much. Not so much. I think I go off of like actual connections now. If I know someone that actually has that real connection, I'm gonna mess with it for real. And that's where a lot of my networking goes to. I go through my actual network now. So, you know, EA Ski hooked me up with KLC, for example, right? I can, call KLC, chop it up with him. That's because EA Ski had that relationship. So he was just like, "Hey, let me connect the dots." Um, Certain things at this point you need to like be realistic about and understand that if you don't actually have anyone else in your network that knows someone there, it's not as likely that someone's just going to reach out to you in a just a random email today, because scams go both ways, right? Like no, like labels don't want to potentially um get scammed by someone that's sending them stuff that they can't have rights to or can never use in the first place because they don't own it. They don't want to deal with that either. If you can connect with anybody else in your network that is actually at Atlantic, I would verify that way. I would like really use your network. It shouldn't be just that like that's the only person that you know that's dealing with Atlantic. Cause I think to me, red flag if you don't know anyone else at Atlantic or you've never worked with anyone that's adjacent to Atlantic and then all of a sudden they're reaching out to you via email. Red flag. Yeah, be careful with them links. Like Tadrick said earlier, like with them links, be careful. Like people send you all kind of links, you're trying to get you to do all kind of stuff. Like they'll send you a link and then all of a sudden, all your Bitcoin is gone. If you got that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's going on right now. So people know like we're on a different level with the internet today. So everything's so digital now, like people's finances and whatnot are connected digitally now, like your banking and all that stuff. People are sending you a link and then all of a sudden they draining your Cash App or your Coinbase or whatever you got, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? They gonna drain that because they like, oh, I sent them a link and he clicked it and ran a script and all of a sudden now like we draining your account or we've locked up your account and hijacked it and all kind of weird stuff, man. It's not good out here. People aren't playing nice or fair these days with anything. So please be very careful and do not allow your anxiousness to get an opportunity to make you forget to take real precautions and like really double check things. Like the links, especially. Do not mess with links from random people on the email because it's easy. It's very easy to get you caught up. Handing somebody your phone like, oh, put your number in. Like, do not put your number in. Like, please, I'm not handing you my phone because they'll grab your phone and then go right over to that, bank app or that Cash App and be like, oh, okay, cool. Cash App myself. Good. And then you wonder why you just got a charge for $3,000 because you handed your phone to somebody. No, I appreciate you asking, man. It's real. It's real. You gotta ask. But like I said, check your network. If you don't know anybody else in your like network that is working with Atlantic, no producers, no engineers, nobody, red flag, man. Red flag. Because so much of this game now is like, let me connect you with my dude. Let me connect you with this person. Let me connect you with that. And it's a direct connection. It's not going to be an email. Not today. Not today. You'll get like most people that are like reputable today will get on a 3-way call with you or get on like a Zoom or something else. Like, hey, let's get on a call or I'm going to introduce you to my dude over here. We'll all get on the call and then I'll do a handoff. Or, I worked in the corporate domain for quite some time. You will get introductions to people via email, but everybody's going to be on the email. So I used to do it all the time. Like, I want to introduce. So if I'm working with an artist or somebody else and I want to introduce them to another colleague, I would write an email and say, hey, talking to my colleague, blah, 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 blah. I would like to introduce you to blah, 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 blah. He's done this, this, and that, or they've done this, this, and that. I've been working with them. They're a good person. I think you should be connected with them. And they're all on CC here, right? So I do this email introduction and say, let me know if you have any questions, but I'll let you guys take it from there. And then the connection is made, but all parties are on the email. So there's no like discrepancy on why I'm getting an email from this person I never met before, right? So email introductions happen. A lot of the guys I know that are working, that are not in the corporate world, would get on a 3-way call with you and say, hey, yeah, I want here, my dude is on the other line. I want to introduce you. Like, hold on, I'm gonna connect this, that sort of thing. If it ain't coming from that, I don't know, man. I don't trust it.